Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again for joining us today. I'd like you to come with me to the book of Galatians chapter 5 today, one of Paul's most famous quotes. You hear it talked about all the time. You hear songs written about it. Galatians 5:1. It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourself be burdened again with the yoke of slavery. Now, in context, Paul here is talking about becoming burdened again by the law. He said, listen, you don't want to fall away from grace. You don't want to put back unto yourself the yoke of the slavery of the law. His whole context here is about, being born of the slave woman or being born of the free woman. We've been born of the free woman. We've been born by grace. But I want to apply this today to the principles of sin, because really it's any type of yoke of slavery that we could talk about. He said, I don't want you to be burdened again by the yoke of slavery. Slavery is a burden, whether it is slavery to the law or whether it is slavery to sin. Sin is a bondage. We've been set free from the bondage of sin. And if you and I don't remember that we were set free to live free, that it is for freedom that we've been set free, we'll find it very easy to go back into sin again. Paul said, whatever you yield yourself to, that you again become a slave to. And that slavery is a burden. Now, Jesus wants you to live free. He doesn't want the burdens of sin upon your life. I challenge you today. When people tell you, oh, we're free, we can do whatever we want. No, we've been set free from sin. We have not been set free to sin. Oh, that's just so many rules. No, it's not about rules. It's about freedom. You and I have been set free from the power of sin. We don't have to go do that anymore. But if we yielded ourselves to that, then we become a slave to it. And if we become a slave to it, then we carry the burden of that yoke of slavery again. Young people, and those of us that are not so young, be very careful when people tell you that it's all right to sin because we're free. It's not all right to sin because we're free. It's all right to live free because we're free.